Namaste. We have a bit of India in the London Book Fair, and no,
Volume?
hello, hello,
Yeah, I can hear you.
hello,
बैटरी गई इसकी.
hello, hello.
इसकी बैटरी गई.
चार्जिंग में हेलो, चार्जिंग में लगाना. We have a plug.
हेलो हेलो. ऑन है ऑन है.
इसको चार्जिंग कर दूं सर, मैं अपनी वाली लाइट ऑफ हो जाएगी।
हाँ लाइट को ऑफ कर दो यार इसको. बिल्कुल. अरे लाइट की क्या जरूरत है.
क्या हुआ?
चार्जिंग
ओह, we should have. हमें पता नहीं था, हमने तो चार्जिंग कर लेते थे.
उसी के लिए तो मैं ढूंढ रहा था. अब तुम्हें आएंगे. अरे यो बैकअप. He has found the just the black bit. ये लो. There's another one. Sorry. क्या आ गया. एक सेकंड. अब बोलिए. ये तुम्हारे. अब बोलिए. हेलो हेलो.
सर प्लग पीछे है, अगर डायरेक्ट लगाना है तो.
ये प्लग नहीं. हेलो 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 हेलो.
या दिस. Namaste. Welcome to the London Book Fair, and welcome to this little Indian island in the sea of books from across the globe. वाणी प्रकाशन ग्रुप की ओर से मैं अदिति आप सभी का नेशनल बुक ट्रस्ट के मंडप में स्वागत करती हूँ, और लंदन पुस्तक मेले में आज हम दो भारतीयों की शानदार किताबें आप सभी के बीच लोकार्पित करने वाले हैं, और साथ ही उनके जीवन पर, उनके जीवन की यात्रा पर और उनके परिवार के संवेदनाओं पर कुछ रोशनी डालेंगे. हमारे बीच आज दिव्या माथुर जी हैं. तालियों की गड़गड़ाहट इतनी हो कि सबको पता चल जाए कि भारत में कुछ हो रहा है. हमारे बीच हमारे देश की महत्वपूर्ण लेखिका, साहित्य अकादमी पुरस्कार से सम्मानित, वाणी फाउंडेशन ट्रांसलेटर अवार्ड भोजपुरी से हिंदी भाषा के लिए सम्मानित अनामिका जी हैं. हमारे बीच शिखा वार्ष्णेय जी हैं. स्वागत है आपका शिखा जी. हमारे बीच अफ्रीका की एक महत्वपूर्ण लेखिका हैं, जिनके बारे में थोड़ी देर में आपसे आपका मुखातिब कराऊंगी. लंदन में आकर यहाँ पुस्तकों की कुछ बातें करना और अपनी भाषा के साहित्य के साथ गर्व के साथ खड़े होना, सच कहूं तो ये सपने जैसा है. It was only yesterday that, with the inspiration of my father, Sri Arunji, and his friend, our mentor, Sri Padmesh ji, that we imagined a situation like this. And today it is coming to reality. It just feels like a dream. And this would not have been possible without the support of our nodal book agency and important organization of our country, National Book Trust. So thank you to the National Book Trust. The book that we are going to start our program today is a very important documentation of grit, of belief in the power of the universe, of strength of womanhood, and the magic of education. I welcome with open arms and bowed head, the Dame Asha Khemka. Huge round of applause for her. A proud Bihari who came all the way from India, did her education in the UK, became an educator, received the knighthood, received the damehood, is a mother, is a grandparent, and one of the most celebrated principals of this country. In fact, she's going to present a report today at the 10 Downing Street. And she's here with us just before that. Such an honor, ma'am. Thank you so much. The journey of Vani Prakashan Group and its step towards tapping in the voices of our diaspora and, of course, the voices of the global sisterhood, South Asian voices, the Pan-African voices, and of course the ones from the Middle East, is a champion of creating a democratic canvas of humanity, democracy, and equal values for all. Today, the book we are going to launch, in fact, is right in front of me. India Made Me, Britain Enabled Me, by Dame Asha Khemka, is a documentation of one such journey that celebrates education, democracy, secularity, and of course, the faith in the human agency globally. Without taking much time, I'm going to now invite the person who is instrumental in bringing all of us together, Dr. Padmesh Kut. Huge round of applause for him.
Thank you, Aditi. Thank you, London Book Fair. Thank you, National Book Trust. Thank you, Vani Prakashan Group. Thank you, Arun Maheshwari. Thank you, Aditi Maheshwari.
Please sit. I'm used to standing.
As you can see, the size of this London Book Fair, which spreads over more than 100,000 square foot, maybe a couple of 100,000 square foot, with thousands of book lovers all around. There has been a limitation for our publishers and people who have this stall that we could only have very limited guests here. Hence, I'm taking this event as a ceremonial book launch and as an international platform here for Dame Asha Khemka's book. She deserves much bigger audience and some much bigger platform, which we are surely going to organize in near future. I've been asked to introduce her book and Asha ji. Everybody knows Dame Asha Khemka very well, so I don't need to introduce her personally. But this book of hers is definitely a very inspiring piece of history and literature, I would say. So I've made a few notes and I'll read out as a review of this book and introduction. I have had the honor of knowing Dame Asha Khemka for almost a decade now. Period filled with inspiration, assistance, her straightforwardness and candor. My admiration for her is deeply rooted, deeply seated, not only in her stylish and elegant demeanor, but also in her passionate speeches and personal narratives. Whether it was through her talks, conversations, or stories shared by mutual friends, Dame Asha's life story always struck me as more captivating than any work of fiction. Imagine a young woman from a small conservative town in India moving to the UK, married at the age of 15 to a medical student, and eventually mothering 3 children. It's a tale of transformation, from her quiet life to embarking on an academic journey when her youngest child entered university. She didn't just study, she excelled, rising to become the highest paid principal at West Nottinghamshire College and earning the prestigious title of Dame. Even accompanying then Prime Minister David Cameron to India, her journey seemed implausible, almost miraculous. I recall a moment in an event 2018 in Birmingham. Aditi, and I were there with Asha. And I expressed my wish for her to pen her autobiography. I wasn't alone in this request, but my motivation was not just to celebrate her success. It was to show others that such extraordinary achievements are possible through her story. I wanted to satisfy a curiosity and that I believe many share. And I'm sure many of her friends and family and her fans would have asked her to write her autobiography and share her secrets of life and secrets of success. My literary mentor, Professor Dr. Satyen Srivastava of Cambridge University, always encouraged me to write, emphasizing its importance for future generations to understand their history, the struggles that lives of their ancestors. Similarly, my father believed that what we write today may seem insignificant but could become pivotal in the future. This belief taught me that writing in any form is a significant contribution to our society. When I urged Asha to write her biography, I couldn't have imagined how engaging it would be. Writing about oneself might seem straightforward, but it involves complex decisions about what and whom to include. The way Asha has navigated and shared her life's journey is truly remarkable, filled with delightful and fascinating narratives that, whether intentional or not, add depth and color to her extraordinary story. As I delved into Dame Asha Khemka's journey, crafting points of this speech, I found myself overwhelmed by the richness of her experiences. It felt as if I was on the cusp of writing a book about her myself. Such was the depth and variety of her life story. Her autobiography begins naturally with her childhood, but it's not just the chronology that captivates, it's the way she articulates her experiences. The narrative is finally tuned to her age at each stage, reflecting her evolving perspective from the innocence of youth to the wisdom of maturity. The moment when young Asha meets the man she is to marry, perceiving him as an old man of 18 years, though through her 14 years old eyes, is particularly striking and brings a smile on my face. Asha's writing seamlessly weaves in historical and social contexts, whether it's referencing the hit Bollywood film for that era Teesri Manzil or era-defining song Baharo Phool Barsao Mera Mehboob Aaya Hai, or even the departure of the British Raj leading to the partition of India. Her honest nature shines through in her prose, especially when recounting an encounter with racism at a swimming pool. No. There was a book I made some notes to read out the extracts. I think that book has been swapped with some other bag. No, no, that book. Yeah, the marking is. But 1 second, I'll find out. Because I've read this book so passionately, I would find very soon. No, not this one. The one I had it here. Oh, it's here. I'm so sorry. It's here. Can you just quick up? So while speaking, I just wanted to share some of those writings of Asha to share with you and read out some abstracts which I really admired and which makes this book so interesting, and in fact many of them. So here I'm mentioning about the context, how this book narrates. Asha is writing about her life journey, about her experiences, at the same time picking up those historical context, social context, which would have been happening or which was happening during that in that environment of her childhood. Although I was too young to remember the atmosphere in the country, I believe that people look towards a new destiny which, with much hope but also apprehension. Nobody knew what effect the end of the British Empire would have on India or how the country would shape itself in the coming decades. It had the ambition, drive, and intellectual capacity to have an impact on the world stage, but it would take many years for that to be realized. Having lived through Brexit in the UK, I suspect there was a similar feeling of loss, hope, and the trepidation of stepping into the unknown. Now, the beauty of this book, covering those aspects of history and bringing them to Brexit, British Raj, with the same feeling, and that how beautifully it is captured in her autobiography, which really surprises me. Asha's writings seamlessly weaved in historical and social contexts with us. Now, next one, sorry. Her journey of learning English, balancing the roles of a housewife and mother of three, is inspiring. Asha's continuous pursuit of personal growth and typing classes to computer courses and eventually her undergraduate program showcases her determination. Here I would like to pick another abstract of a book. When she went and she knocked the doors of a college for a job. And here what Ashaji says. I explained to Mr. McLaughlin everything that I had done and that I was keen to start work. I can see you are ambitious and want to achieve. Where do you see yourself in the few years' time? He asked. The question took me by surprise, so I had to think on my feet. I hadn't thought about it until now, but seeing you in that seat, that's where I want to be, I said boldly. Imagine somebody knocking the doors for a job and saying to the head of that institution that here I want to be in my life. You have a job. You start on Monday. He smiled to me. I think it was a destiny at the same time to the gentleman person Asha met that he was also of a same thought and vision and ethics that he allowed you and he took that as a compliment of your vision and ambition. Her initial role, Ashaji's initial role at West Nottinghamshire College was humble, but her vision and ambition were anything but. Her rise to CEO and principal of the FE College is a testament to her strength, not just earning the trust of her superiors, but also mingling with world leaders from the President of India to the Prime Ministers of the UK and members of the royal family. She didn't just reach high positions, she influenced the influencers. And here I have got quite a few friends from Oxford. So I picked a paragraph of Asha's experience with Oxford, and these lines are dedicated to my friends here from Oxford. There were times when we almost accepted defeat. So many of Shankar's Asian contemporaries had come up against the same barriers and taken staff guard jobs. The glass ceiling seemed impossible to break. One job Shankar, her husband, applied for in Oxford had been particularly disappointing. After the interview, one of the representatives from the Royal College of Surgeons took him aside. You were the best candidate for the job, he told Shankar. In the same breath, he admitted that the job had gone to someone else because they were local and not an outsider. Shankar found this difficult to hear, and this happened in Oxford. Asha's passionate journey in transforming the college and profoundly influencing the country's education sector with her experience and vision has been phenomenal, particularly in the realm of apprenticeship policies. I leave you with this invitation to read and discover more about the influential and inspiring life of Dame Asha Khemka in a book. Her story is not just her own, it's a beacon of hope and a testament to what can be achieved with determination and vision. After completing this book, there are a lot of aspects which are to be covered, and I'm sure other speakers or Ashaji herself or the audience as a reader, you would have an opportunity to read out and capture those moments and aspects. When I started this book, it says, India made me, Britain enabled me. And I think that was humble Asha. But when you end this book cover, you find a very prominent and successful leader which comes across from this book. And at the back cover page, I would have printed, India exported, Britain benefited. With these words, I really congratulate you and your family for your support and this wonderful, such an inspiring book. And I feel this book should be translated and should be read by every individual on this earth, especially youngsters, and should be incorporated in the textbooks of every college, every school. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Indeed, India's loss is Britain's found, and the process is called Dame Asha Khemka. Ma'am, you're most welcome on the stage to share a few words with us, and then we launch the book for us. Please. Huge rounds of applause for Asha Khemka.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, my beautiful friends, I'm just absolutely delighted to be here. Writing my story has been a most humbling, fulfilling, and challenging experiences of my life. While I was writing, it's been a roller coaster of emotional going through the memory lane. It was something just amazing. Thank you, Padmeshji. You have done not just the justice, but you have highlighted some significant moments of my starting journey and also what I have been able to get to. I have been very fortunate to be recognized at every stage in my life to, to be who I am for my hard work, dedication, and everything what I had to offer. I give credit to my upbringing, my parents, my family to give me the confidence, the independence, the love, the way I was cherished. And then I come to my family here. My husband is sitting there. He has been my rock. I was married at 15. We grew together. I grew taller after getting married because my in-laws didn't want to be taller than him. But this happens. 3 children arrived in 3 years. They have been my inspiration. They have been my support. And every young people I meet every day, they inspire me. They are our future. The life journey has not been without ups and downs. There are lots of ups, there are lots of downs and challenging. And one lesson which I have learned in life is no matter what, your family, your friends, they are the most important people who will give you the strength, the support you need to survive, to excel, and to prosper. The title of the book, India Made Me, Britain Enabled Me. I'm a very proud Indian. I'm very proud of my heritage, and I'm very proud now to be a British Indian. Prime Minister David Cameron, I traveled with him to India. We spent a lot of time together. When we came back, he made me Woman of the Year. At an event, there were 1,000 people in the audience, all the ministers, dignitaries, friends, and so on. I was not prepared for that award because I had a phone call to come and meet the Prime Minister again in London on that day. When he announced the award, I had to go on the stage and give my acceptance speech off the cuff. I said, this country is not great just because of its name. This country is great because regardless of your race, your gender, your starting point, who you are, the opportunities are given to you if you are prepared to take them. If you are prepared to work hard, you have determination, and you never take no for an answer. India made me with my self, what I am, my strength, my self pride, my self confidence, and the way we organize without losing any Indian values. And this country has given me life enhancing opportunities, and that is by education. I learned English by watching children's TV. I went to college when my children were at university. I did my degree with them, and it's been just an amazing journey. Hard work, grit, and I can't thank enough to people I have been surrounded by, because I can't take the credit of becoming a dame or receiving all those recognitions. It's everybody who has been around me, supported me, worked with me. So I salute India, I salute Great Britain, and I salute my friends and all of you for being here today to listen to me. And I'm hoping that people have a chance to read my story. And what I would say in conclusion, if I can change a difference to one person, I have made some really my contribution to the world. And by writing my story, taking them through my journey, I hope I'm giving a message. Dream big, never take no for an answer. Where good is not good enough, and persevere and never give up. So that is my message. Thank you very much, everyone. And I'll give it to you, Aditi. Aditi, thank you for introducing me and my book. But I also can't thank Padmesh enough. I know we have known each other for some time, but the way you have reviewed the book, no one else could have done that. Very well done. Thank you.
Please stay, please stay. I request Sri Padmesh ji to please join us to launch the book. The, yes. Please, I request Sri Shankar ji to please join us.
Sheil, do you want to come? My son is here also. Sheil Khamka.
Ah,
Are you? Wow.
never mind. Ah, there we go. If we clap like this, nobody would know India is here. We got to be louder. That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. This book has been a journey for even the Vani Prakashan group, because to know Asha ji and to know her life and to associate with the publishing process of her book is a learning curve even for our editorial and marketing team. It's a pleasure to work with both Shankar ji and Asha ji, I would say, because I've never seen a spouse so involved in his better half or best halves, whatever she's doing. So now I'd request Shankar ji to say a few words. Please have a seat. Okay. But why don't you and sir stay and we all go?
Okay.
Yes. Up, directly. will request you to join
Let's
us.
let's
Join
just,
the here.
yeah.
Namaskar.
Excellent. Sir,
Namaskar, and thank you for joining us this afternoon.
माइक थोड़ा पास ले लीजिए थोड़ा सा.
It's really good to see all of you. Now, as far as the book is concerned, I don't need to say anything because Padmesh has beautifully reviewed the book. What I must say, yes, it has been a real journey, and what me and Asa both feel that if her life can inspire even one person, it would be worth it. First of all, I must thank Vani Prakashan and Aditi to take up the responsibility of publishing this book and then making it available to as many people in India, in UK and across the globe as possible. And Aditi and her team has worked very, very hard, and please Aditi convey our sincere thanks to you, all your team.
Thank you. Thank you.
It has been wonderful. Or I would say that it's worth reading the book and taking the message. I mean, Asa's life story, I'm not saying because she's my wife, but it's truly unique. You can imagine a young girl born and brought up in a small town in Bihar. She unfortunately lost her mother at the age of 12 and took the responsibility of mother to her three brothers. And then at the age of 15, she got married. And for the first 20 years of her life, 10 years in India, 10 years after coming here, she was a full-time housewife. But she always had the passion of lifelong learning and achieving something in her career. And it has been only possible because of her determination, passion for learning, and of course we feel very proud that she became an example. She became the best known principal in the country. In Sunday Times, she was voted to be the third best CEO in the country, and that was in 2009 when she had started her career as a principal and CEO. She built up West Nottinghamshire College as a real example, and it was so well done that Prince Charles was the prince at that time. He himself wrote to her that I would like to come and visit your college. And he came and spent almost 4 hours at the college going around and admiring the work which Asha had done. Her hard work and determination and what she had achieved have been well recognized by the various awards she got. In 2009, she was presented with OBE by Her Majesty the Queen, and in 2014, she became the first Indian lady in the history to be knighted and became a dame. So she has been truly rewarded, and it's only possible in this country. So anyway, so the message is, it's worth spending some time reading the book and grasping the message. And now the task is on Vani Prakashan and Aditi how to make it possible. And thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, ma'am. I now request Mr. Sheel Khemka to please join us on the stage and say a few words for the book. Over to you.
No, I'll be very brief, but it's a real honor to be here and to be here with my mother's book being published. It's great to watch it, to see it. I've been there from the beginning. I was part of the scripting of the book with the writers, with my mother in the interviews, and the whole process is quite fulfilling, writing. So I'm obviously very glad. We're very, I think it's a huge thing to anecdote, to write your life story and put it into words, into written words. And I think now she's done this. There are obviously some great messages, but I hope this. I felt at the time that it really hits a note. It resonates, I think, with most people. And this life journey, obviously, is exactly right life journey for all sorts of people. And I think it's a great message to carry through. And the louder it can be voiced, and the more people that can read the book and take from it what they can, I think it's just it's very satisfying, very fulfilling, and it's a great example to us all, including us, her children. So thanks for doing this, taking on the book. But I think it'll be worthwhile if it's promoted in the right way. I can see it going far.
Right.
So thanks very much.
Right. Thank you, Sheil. I could see a proud mother as he spoke. Thank you, everyone, for being a part of this book launch program at the London Book Fair of India Made Me, Written and Labelled Me by Dame Asha Khemka. And with seamless progression from this program to the next one, I now invite Diana to please take the mantle and take the program forward. Yes, we have to let everyone know we are here. Yes. Right. Thank you.
Yes.
I'll
Can you all hear me?
yes, yes.
Quite a loud voice. So, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests. I feel a little bit underdressed because I'm not wearing some of your fabulous saris. So, Dr. Gupta, for your next book launch, I promise I will be
We'll
wearing
drape you
a
in one.
sari.
We'll drape you in one.
So we're all gathered here today to celebrate the launch of this book, which is a collection of short stories, 9 wonderful short stories about love, life, relationships, which give you white hairs, that we all have, grey hairs, by Dr. Padmesh Gupta. The book has been published in both English and Hindi by it says it right here, I saw it before, by the publisher, Vani Prakashan, and the imprint was, what did we say it was? Yatra Books has published it in English, so it's available in 2 languages, okay? This one here is in English. Trust me, I have read them, they are bewitching. And I shall be reading a couple of extracts for you from the book just to entice you about it, okay, so that you can go ahead and get one of these books. Before I pass you on to my next speaker, I would like to say a few things about Dr. Padmesh Gupta. Now, I know most of you know him. I've had the honor to work with him since 2019, so he is a very valued colleague of mine, and I truly believe in his vision and his literary world that he sees everything in. Dr. Gupta has accomplished many things in his life. Okay, he has gone through academia, business leadership, and literary prowess. He stands as an emblem of versatility. He was educated at Martiniere College, Lucknow. I believe I said it correctly.
Check
Yes.
message. Check message.
In India. And he commenced his academic journey by immersing himself in English literature, anthropology, and political science. His intellectual trajectory then took him to the Institute of Royal Bertrand Dupont in France, where he focused on chemical engineering, specializing in aromatic chemicals and perfumery flavors. So he is very savvy when it comes to perfume, ladies. earning his MBA and PhD in Business Administration Information Technology from AIUMT in the US. Dr. Gupta embarked on a transformative leadership journey, taking the helm of Oxford Business College in 2004, which still stands today and is growing every day. Under his stewardship, the institution swiftly ascended to eminence, becoming a beacon of excellence in the realm of independent higher education and recruiting people like myself and a lot of colleagues that unfortunately couldn't make it today. In recognition of his entrepreneurial acumen and transformative leadership, Dr. Gupta was distinguished as a finalist in the prestigious Great British Entrepreneur Awards in 2024, a testament to his indelible impact on the educational landscape. Beyond the confines of academia and business, Dr. Gupta's passion for literature and culture manifests in his role as a revered visiting speaker to esteemed universities worldwide, including Moscow, Budapest, Wrocław, Bucharest, Mauritius, Suriname, Trinidad, and numerous others across India. An expert in international literary and cultural spheres, Dr. Gupta has convened and organized countless of seminars and conferences, fostering dialogue and intellectual exchange on a global scale. His unparalleled contributions to literature have garnered acclaim, earning him international accolades, including the highest official recognition by the President of India. As the editor of 2 esteemed literary magazines and the author of several public collections of poetry, Dr. Gupta's literary legacy transcends borders, enriching the literary landscape with his evocative prose and verse. Notably, his prowess extends beyond the confines of the English language, as he is celebrated as a renowned poet and author of several anthologies and collections in the Hindi language, further solidifying his stature as a luminary of contemporary literature. Now, before we go on to our next speaker, who is a very well-known author as well, and we are honored to have him here with us, I would like to just read one extract from one of his short stories.
Diana, the National Book Trust also did for making classes thought you can might get a before you start reading it. So you we have a book launch now. I'll take over. I'll get the launch done. So then you can.
Okay, so Aditi would like to say something to you before I continue.
Thank you. Thank you, Diana. A little divergence into the program. I would like to request the director of the National Book Trust, Anamika ji, Padmesh ji, to please join us on stage for the launch of the book. Anamika ji is Sahitya Academy award-winning author with us. And this program, this little island of India that we've created in London, and the man behind it, our director of the Premium National Book Trust, sir. Thank you so much. I request you to please unravel the book. Aye. Respected Divya Mathur ji, please join us on stage. Right. Aye. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much. This August afternoon has been made even more beautiful with the presence of Dr. Paul Gustafson, who's with us. Sir, thank you so much. You made all the way from Oxford for this program. We are honored. And I'll request Sir to just say a few words about your initiative and this path-breaking move that you've done to involve the independent Indian language publishing at the National Book Trust's collective stand here, and the beautiful picture of multilingual India that we are showing to the world. Sir.
Thank you so much. As India believes there are many languages, but there is one expression. Similarly, there are many formats of literature, but there is one expression, the expression of humanity. And we all, as writers, authors, whichever part of the world we are, we try to express. And when we say we express, we don't just scribble down few words. We scribble down the emotions, the thoughts, the ideas, the views, the opinions, the philosophy, and most importantly, the culture of a nation. So when we all are sitting here, we are representing not only author community, but the entire civilization, entire country, and entire idea of knowledge. We as National Book Trust call it Ek Sute Saklam. So we try to connect the world through one fabric of knowledge. So with that mandate, we have created this. This is a very small scale event and infrastructure which we have created. But we assure you, next year, those who have been to Frankfurt, it will look and stand apart in this complete hall for India, and then you all feel proud of it. This is just a beginning. We started this game for a trial basis, but next year it will definitely stand apart, and you will all feel proud of your roots and rise of your nation. And ultimately, I'll say the way your writings are matter here in this platform, the way your writings matter in this country, I want to say India matters now. And with that pride of Bharat, I welcome you all to this small India pavilion. It's very special because of your presence, and happy to see that we are able to release books from the people who have their roots to the country, and still they are footed on ground, and when they can think global. So serve the country, serve the humanity with the power of knowledge. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. All greatest journeys of the world have started with one single step, the small step that is the toughest to take. And I think we've already done that. So now we only have mountains to conquer. And I now request Diana to come back on the stage and take the program forward. Thank you so much, Diana, for taking the random request.
Yes. Thank you, Aditi. So before I move on to the next speaker, I'm just going to read a little extract from the novel, from the book, and from the story Dilemma. Chandri wants both Aman and Sagar. Their friendship had become the joy of her life. But why couldn't she break free from the societal mindset that loving two people at the same time is wrong? Why?